Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie, it's balls hot today. It is terrible, and I hate it. So hopefully this cold, refreshing drink will assist me in my moment of need. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yam around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for today, folks? Well, it happens to be my boom! It's my Dragon Ball shirt, which I've worn on a number of occasions. I actually got this one at Walmart some months back. It's kind of hard to find at the time. Like, I saw the display for it, and I thought it looked really cool, but it probably took me, like, maybe 2 months to actually find one. But yeah, man, I like the original Dragon Ball quite a bit. I came up in really the heyday of Dragon Ball Z, when it was really first starting to really make some strong headway here in America. And, the cool thing about that was kind of like during like the real big anime revolution here in the United States. And so they started just importing more and more stuff. We got the Gundam stuff and, Yu Yu Hakusho, which I love. And eventually they brought over the original Dragon Ball. And I just thought it was awesome, man. Like, I really enjoyed it and got a huge kick out of it. A lot of people I talked to at the time, friends and stuff who watched DBZ, weren't that into it, wasn't as centered on the action, kind of what they were hoping for, but I still really like it. But anyway, what am I trying for today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, like I said, it's a hopefully nice, refreshing beverage, but it is the zero sugar version. It's boom! It's zero sugar Vernors. Because yes, I know. Okay, first of all, let's get a thing for a thing. We get a thing for a thing. Looks like that. Ha 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 ha! So yeah, if you're unfamiliar with Vernors, Vernors is like a ginger ale that's very unique in the flavor profile it has. It is also a very old soda. I believe at this point it is the oldest continuous soda here in the United States. It was Hires Root Beer, but I believe Hires Root Beer was eventually just bought up and kind of phased out. So I think that leaves Vernors as the oldest. I have grown up drinking Vernors. I've loved it ever since I was a kid. I think it's definitely one of my favorite, if not my favorite, ginger ales of all time. Now there's a zero sugar version. I don't know anybody who drinks Vernors who would be hankering for a zero sugar version, but let's find out together. Yep. It's got that fizz that Vernors has. Vernors is a very carbonated drink, and it's one of those things, man, you get hit with it. I mean, it smells like Vernors, so let's be hopeful. Okay. Did y'all see the love fade out of my face? I feel like the love faded out of my face, and it was probably visible. Okay. Alright, I mean, I'll say this. Does it kind of taste like Vernors? Yes. It still has a similar flavor profile. It definitely seems to still have a similar level of carbonation, which is nice. But boy, oh boy, does it just taste weak and soulless compared to the real Vernors. Like, Vernors is a soda that has a bite to it, man. It kicks you in the teeth, and it's a wonderful thing. This doesn't. It just, yeah. Like I said, it does have some of the carbonation levels still. Gives you kind of a little bit of a burn from the ginger and the carbonation. But it just tastes watered down. Like, it's interesting because it's a zero sugar version. What did they actually sugar you with? Aspartame, that makes sense. Because I found that a lot a lot of, especially like energy drinks, they use sucralose to go over there and, for their zero sugar stuff. But that sort of gives it like a little bit of a bitter taste. With aspartame, I mean, it's there, it's doing something, it's still sweetening the drink, but like, it really does just taste extremely watered down. Like, it just, and for some things you can kind of get away with that, I guess, with certain sodas, but not for a soda like Vernors. Vernors is a special soda, and like, it's supposed to just have that old-timey soda goodness. And it has definitely lost like a good chunk of that. Excuse me. Like, some of it is still there, but it's like the fleeting memory, This is the example of, this is the Uncle Rico of Vernors, okay? It's the Uncle Rico version. If you don't know what I mean, go watch the movie Napoleon Dynamite. It's a very divisive but awesome film. I like it a lot. But this is this is a Vernors that's over there trying to throw a fucking football over the mountains, but it's still kind of got a little something, but it doesn't really have it the way that it did. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad or anything. Again, it still has a Vernors aspect to it, but the thing is, and I've mentioned this when it comes to zero sugar drinks, we are getting better with zero sugar drinks. Little by little, we are doing, really good job of getting closer and closer to emulating the real deal. But every so often you do run into a product that reminds you, we ain't there yet, and that's definitely zero sugar Vernors. I don't dislike it, but it is not, it doesn't have the soul, It's an outline of what it should be with very little inside to give it actual structure and significance. Yeah, okay. Well, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No, and not particularly. For me personally, Fraz and plain. For me personally, no, I just not at all. Like, even as I try to go over there and sort of veer away from, the heavier sugar drinks and stuff like that, there has to be a line in the sand for me, where I'm not willing to give up that much. And for me with Vernors, that's the case. Like, this is a bridge too far. I think Vernors, like I said, is a really special soda. It is something that, when I go over there and I get some for myself, it's a treat. It really is. This just takes that away, It's just, and for me, there's just no. I would rather drink water or unsweetened tea or something like that over this. It's not horrible. I do want to emphasize that. It still has, again, some of that Vernors flair, but it only serves to remind me of what I'm not getting. So for me, I wouldn't get it again. If I'm recommending it, it's one of those things, folks, like, who am I recommending it to? I imagine that I can't imagine too many Vernors, fans really hankering for this stuff. I'm sure there's a market for it, to be fair. If you're somebody who's over there, who's trying to, again, maybe limit your sugar consumption, for health reasons or whatever, whatever they might be, I just feel like there's so many better options out there that hit closer to what they're trying to be, or just their own thing and do that really well. This does neither. It's obviously not its own thing, and then it's not, I just don't feel like it's close enough to the real thing, Maybe with some tweaking, maybe in 10 years' time or something, but like right now, I can't really recommend it, It's there as an option, but I don't think it's a great one. It's not horrible, but 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of the year, folks. Go over there, episodes of truly proper Vernors-tastic rest of your life. Because again, proper Vernors, that's the stuff right there. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you gotta do, folks. You're gonna try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole, trust me. I know it, I live it, I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, have you ever tried Vernors? What's your personal opinion on it? You know what? What's your personal opinion on zero sugar stuff in general? Do you think that it's, a good trend? Do you think it's something we should keep moving towards? Or do you think it's something that, realistically we need to kind of figure out more before we kind of keep going at it? Like I said, for me personally, I see the advantages of it. At least supposed advantages. We'll see how it ends up turning out as time goes by. But I'm not against the idea of having like healthier soft drinks and stuff like that. I think that that's a good thing to have. But I do think that, we're still a little bit of ways away with most of this stuff. But again, and especially when it comes to some of these old-timey stuff, it's like, But anyway,